Hi, this is Melanie for the Pardesi channel. I'm here to review the new Telugu movie, MLA. MLA, the title of the film, has two meanings. It means a boy of good qualities, or also it stands for the politician. The film stars Kalyan Ram, who I have not seen in a film before. He's done several films, and he also is a producer. He was a producer of his brother's film, Jai Lavakusa. And Kajal Aggarwal, who I love in just about anything, plays the love interest. It has several familiar character actors from the Telugu industry. And also, one of the main villains is played by Ravi Kishan, who is known more for, I believe, the Hindi industry. I could tell he was being dubbed by another voice, but I couldn't catch in the credits because they were in Telugu script who might be dubbing his voice. But it was one of those villain actors with a really deep voice. Well, anyway, there's a lot of fun character actors. Of course, there's Upendra Madhav, because it's like a law. You cannot have a Telugu comedy film without having him in it. He plays a lawyer at a certain point in the first half, so he gets some funny scenes. It has Vanilla Kishore, who I always love in anything. He plays the brother-in-law of Kalyan. And interestingly, Kalyan's character's name is also Kalyan. The first half of the film, Kalyan was a little bit stalkerish because he's just decided once he sees Kajal's character that they are just meant to be. And, you know, there's various funny ways that they keep meeting each other. You know, it's destiny. And when they do finally meet in an office setting, he has to, you know, they make this crazy bargain so that if he can accomplish something, then, you know, he will have proven his love for her or whatever. So there's a lot of funny capers in the first half. My audience was really laughing at a lot of the lines, and I had a feeling that they were, that the lines were quoting previous movies, which was not coming through in the subtitles. You know, either a song would play or I could tell they were just laughing at maybe the line delivery was from a previous film. So there was a lot of that kind of stuff that just went over my head. It's still funny. It's still enjoyable. I'm just saying I wasn't enjoying it on the same level that the Indian Telugu-speaking audience in my theater was. The second half is a village setting. So there's multiple villains. There's a villain in the first half who's kind of stupid and gets fooled by our hero with the help of Brahmanadam. And then the second half, there's a more real villain, and that villain has to be vanquished in the political arena to win his lady love, Kajal. It had some good messages. The opening credits of the film, it said, "We don't believe in child labor," or the filmmakers are against child labor, or something like that. And that's really the positive social message of the film. Our hero is fighting against a politician who's also a businessman who has a horrible glass factory where children are dying from, it sounded like from silica fragments getting in their lungs or whatever. Children dying, grisly deaths. And, you know, so our villain is, you know, so it's shown that he's preventing all of these kids from getting any kind of an education. And so it's, the movie's message is these kids should be educated and not forced to raise money for their family. So that's a good message. Upendra Madhav is the debut director. He has written scripts for several other films, including Aagadu. Here, there was nothing that blew me away that was out of the ordinary or something fresh. It felt like just slight variations on other movies and other plots that we have seen like this. Just a lot of zany situations, especially in the first half. A little bit of overacting for comedy purposes by our lead actor and actress, and they had decent enough chemistry. The songs, none of the songs particularly blew me away. There was a song in the first half called Hey Indu that was pretty fun. I would love to know where it was filmed. It looked like it might have been filmed in Turkey or another, like an Eastern European. I was literally trying to read the street signs and stuff because it was so beautiful. Some of the backdrops for the songs in the first half, just really interesting architecture behind them, really great street scenes. And so I was trying to puzzle out if anybody knows and has read any article, I was just guessing that they might have filmed in Turkey, but it could have been Croatia for all I know. It just was really beautiful setting for some of the songs. The second half involved more drama for Kalyan and some really great fun fight scenes. There's one particularly in the factory where he just comes in like an avenging angel to save all these children forced into child labor. And that was a really good fight. He's good with my subtitles were not the greatest, but I could tell that he was really doing some punchy dialogues. He was good with the zany comedy from the first half. He had to do a particularly emotional scene when one of the child laborers really gets injured, and that's supposed to affect him so emotionally that then he goes on this rampage to the factory. And I don't know if I completely bought those, if he completely sold those emotional scenes, and I don't know if it was him or it was the way the director and the editor chose to construct those scenes. I don't know. It just didn't have maybe the full punch in the gut impact that I've had from some other Telugu films that have switched from zany comedy to heavy drama. Overall, I would just say it's an amusing time pass. There was nothing in it that was so novel and original. Like, I felt like Totally Prema really was showing me some things that I hadn't necessarily seen before, and the music from that one was just so amazing that this one just can't help just not measure up quite in the music department. It was okay. It just wasn't like, oh my god, I want to listen to that entire soundtrack over and over and over again like I felt with Totally Prema. I wish Kajal had a little bit more to do. There's one particular fight scene where the parents of these oppressed children rise up, and most of the time I felt like Kajal was just standing there watching her man fight everybody. I mean, she does that so often. I wish she would get an action movie of her own. I would love to see her kick some ass at some point. Okay, but anyway, there's a scene where there's a woman who cracks a big rock over the head of a gunda, and I actually whooped out loud. It was so great. That was maybe my favorite part of the whole movie. And the people around me are all looking at me, and they were hooting and hollering too, but I don't think anybody was as loud as I was for that one particular lieutenant of the bad guy, Gunda, really getting it with a big rock on the head. So that's how bloodthirsty I am, I guess. I don't know. So again, I would say it's an average film, and it's a fun time pass, but it wasn't anything about it that was exceptional or really fresh and new that I had never seen before. But you know what? It's okay to go and have kind of a familiar kind of plot with a nice message about the evils of, about saving children from the evils of child labor. So if you've had a chance to see MLA, let me know what you thought. You guys already know that I love Kajal. You don't have to convince me to see other of her films. Has Kalyan Ram done any other exceptional films? I know he's done at least a handful of other films. And, you know, I found him nice enough. He's a decent dancer. He's not like his brother. You know, he's not as great as his brother in the dancing department. And you know, he's charming enough. But again, I think Junior NTR, if you had to put a gun to my head and make me choose, this guy is more handsome. But Junior NTR just oozes that screen presence and dancing ability. So, I don't know, you know, but this guy is quite handsome and he is charming. So he did do comedy, like I said, comedy and really decent action scenes. Let me know what you thought in the comments if you've had a chance to see this film. And if you like this film review, please like it, share it, subscribe here to the Pardesi channel, press the bell, you'll get a notification whenever I have a new film review or trailer reaction. Follow us on Twitter at PardesiYT.